Hello, everyone. This is Mary Kurek with Frontrunners Innovate, and I have a very special guest with me today. So thank you all for joining, but particularly thank you to Ahmed Abdelatif, if I said that correctly, Abdelatif. And what a beautiful name. And we've talked about that for a few minutes here, very full of meaning, and from the Sudan, and is a diplomat with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs there, but currently is in Scotland, finishing up his International Relations Master of Science degree at the University of Strathclyde in Scotland. So welcome. And what a rich conversation we hope to have here, because honestly, if there's a country you haven't served in under your diplomatic status, I'd be surprised to learn about it. I mean, Qatar, Australia, Korea, Libya. I mean, honestly, you've been all over the world.
And France.
Okay, in France. I knew I'd miss one or two in there. So foreign affairs, foreign policy, international relations, peacekeeping, economic development, literally just about every subject matter that would come under, helping countries to become whole again is sort of in your field of, well, let's just call it your playground. So of all the issues that you deal with, I would like to start kind of similar, sort of close to the beginning with you. We talked about this before as to what pulled you into diplomatic service as being a career path.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me today. My relation with diplomacy and diplomat is starting very early, as my mother keep telling me that when I was born in 1975. It's not a secret. So
on your resume, I saw it.
Yeah, she keep telling me that when I was born, there is one of the most famous ambassador of my country, Sudan, to the United Nations at that time. His name is Ahmed Salah Bukhari, and my name is Ahmed Salah Bayoumi. And she keep asking and praying to Allah and asking, please, I want my son Ahmed to become an ambassador and famous, same as Ambassador Ahmed Salah Bukhari. So from that time, I put this goal in front of my eyes and worked very hard to make my mother dream become real. So from that time, I started my university in political science. I joined Ministry of Foreign in 2004. Mm-hmm. So since that time, my relation with diplomacy and international relation starting very early.
It did. I mean, just literally right out of the gate, you got into the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That's amazing in itself. So what was your first assignment, or, we would call it maybe a deployment, assignment, or appointment that you accepted, and what country was that, and how did that go?
My first post was to the city of beauty and light, Paris in France, which is my favorite and my loved post. As I was a junior diplomat, mm-hmm. I started my career in the embassy of Republic of Sudan in Paris, mm-hmm. and then also joined the permanent mission of Sudan to the UNESCO. I don't know, UNESCO is United Nations Organization for Education and Science, mm-hmm. and Culture. Sure. So it was a very good experience for me in multilateral diplomacy. So in France, I enjoy bilateral diplomacy and in multilateral diplomacy. So this was my first post. And then after I go back to the headquarters in Ministry of Foreign in Khartoum, they sent me to Libya at the second post. Mm-hmm. Libya, it was totally different because it's a neighboring country for my country. We have a historical relation between our two countries. Otherwise, at that time, it was very special time for Libya and Sudan, because this was in 2012, right after the revolution of the Libyan people against Al-Gaddafi. So it was a very good experience for me also. I enjoyed very much. It was a bit difficult for me and my family, but it was very rich with a lot of stories and experience. Yeah.
So when you arrive in a new country like that, and like you say, Libya was sort of a cousin country to, where you are in the Sudan. But not all countries you've been to have been that way. So when you arrive, how do you assimilate? How do you make that transition into diplomatic service to the people that are there from your country, and how you serve them?
It's actually for diplomat, it's must to adopt and to get in touch with the local community, to make it easy for you. The first things I do every country I go, or everywhere I go, I fall in love with this country and with the people of this country, to enjoy as much as I can my mission. Because as the diplomat, most probably it's 4 years for all missions in our system. It's 4 years, so you have to enjoy your stay, to enjoy the culture, to enjoy the company of other people and new people, and like this. So it was not difficult. It was easy for me to get in touch with the local community, also with Sudanese community. Everywhere we go, they are helping us more and more.
Oh, so the locals from your country do help you get transitioned because they know the area. So when you get there, you're looking to meet with some of the leaders of the area, I'm assuming, leaders of large NGOs or nonprofit organizations that deal with economic development and that sort of thing, I would assume.
Normally, when you go to a new station, you pay a courtesy visit to your colleague from Ministry of Foreign at that country, your colleague from different embassies around you, especially neighboring country and most important embassies in that country. So normally we did this when I start my mission, to make it easy for me and for my job.
Wonderful. So when you look at the communities you go to, I'm sure you study a little bit before you get there, but do you take a hard look at the economy of the area? I mean, is that number one, like one of the first priorities, or do you look at other issues that are going on?
When the Ministry of Foreign nominate me for a mission, that before 3 or 4 months to go to new mission, I prepare myself to study and to learn more about the new country, their economy, the political views, in different views. So that helped me to get in touch and to make my mission easy, to help my country and to serve my country in regard to our policy and my country policy.
That's great. So you're in Scotland right now, finishing up some education. And we talked about when you get back. When actually would you be done and heading back to Sudan?
Actually, I like very much to work in Asia again.
Oh, so you think that
Yeah.
they'll send you back
I
to
visited,
to
I
another
hope,
post?
I hope so. I visited many Asian countries,
Okay.
but I like very much to go to India next mission.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's incredible India. So I fall in love with it. I stayed there for like 2 months,
Yeah.
but it was amazing.
Yeah. You're not the only person that I have met that has told me the same thing, that they absolutely
Yeah.
love it there. And so, I can give you lots of people to connect with too when you get there that will be
Okay, I hope so.
amazing. Large NGOs, small ones, all kinds of endeavors that are happening around that country. And especially in health technology and that sort of thing, that could be great for you to know about as you come back. So you're not back home when you go to Sudan. You're not going to be there very long. You expect to be posted out, pretty quickly.
I don't know if I was lucky enough or not lucky, but because when I get back from France to Sudan, I stay only 7 months, and then they send me to Libya. And from Libya, directly I go to South Korea.
Wow.
And when I got back from South Korea, I stay like 1 year in Sudan, and then I go to Australia. So normally it's like 1 year less or more.
It's
Yeah.
like military service, isn't it? Like every couple of years. Fantastic. So I want, before we move ahead to what's happening when you move forward and talk to some of the issues that you have that interest you, give me a story or two from your service that really you felt the meaning of what diplomatic service is to you. So if you can give me a story or two from your travels and service that that makes you understand that you're in the right place, right time. This is exactly what you should be doing. Make your mama proud. Tell us.
I remember when I was in South Korea, it's the most advanced technology country I visited. It's very rich with high technology and everything.
Okay.
So it was a good experience for me to work with commercial center in our embassy to South Korea. At that time, we start thinking about make a project about solar energy in Sudan.
Okay.
So Sudan is very rich with the sun. We have all the time sun, and so at that time we start working to get chance to build like a big project of solar energy in Sudan. And we compare between the technology of solar energy in China, South Korea, Japan, and different countries. So we start build solar energy as a small project. We didn't have time to complete our project with South Korea, but I think most probably in near future we will have chance to do like this project again.
Right. So when you say you started a small project for solar energy there, are you talking about back with the Sudan, where
Yes,
the people from South Korea would help you create? Now, was that from a commercial standpoint or residential solar power?
It's commercial there.
Commercial. That's what I was thinking too. Okay. We talked about the fact that sustainable energy was something that was really of interest to you. So it sounds to me like technology is by itself very interesting to you. So I can see where when you're in these embassies, you maybe look for the opportunities to take back or create partnerships that can last. Anywhere else in your travels, have you come across a situation where you saw the opportunity to partner?
Also in Australia, it was
Yeah.
like a special mission for me because it was we have like we didn't have embassy in Australia before 2017.
Okay.
So I have the honor and pleasure to uh, serve my country to integrate our new embassy in Australia. This very far away,
That's
far country
yeah.
from my beloved country, Sudan.
Mhm.
So we were very hard to make it easy or useful for Sudan, especially because we have the similar resources.
Mhm.
Australia and Sudan, we have animal resources, we have mining,
Mhm.
so we start to build good relation with the Australian companies in animal resources field and mining
Mhm.
between the two countries.
Well, that's great. So large part of what you do then is to look for those opportunities where you can create the collaborative spirit going on that just cements the relationship bonds and is good for everybody. It's good for everyone.
Yeah.
Other than India, is there another country that you wish that you could get to?
Sorry?
Is other than India, is there another country that you wish that you could get to serve?
I want to go back to Paris.
Do you get to do a do-over? Do you get to go back to a country and serve where you've already been?
It's not easy to go back to countries
Okay.
where we serve in, but I wish one day I go back to live in Paris. My young daughter, she was born in Paris.
Oh, okay.
So and also it was my first post.
Yeah.
So that I love it very much, and I like to go back and to live there.
Wow.
Maybe in the future time.
Well, you speak French, correct?
Bien sûr, oui.
Okay. Well, you're all ready to go back. Okay. So if nothing else, then for a vacation, right? You could do that. But how old is your daughter now?
She's 10 years old.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So it has been a while. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
From the standpoint of whenever you do land back to the Sudan and you start moving around again, do you think that you'd look for another opportunity for solar energy or some other sustainable energy project or something like that along those lines that would really boost the economic picture in the Sudan?
Yes, yes, sure. I have connection with the Ministry of
South Korea.
Sorry,
South
Ministry
Korea,
of
is that what you were talking
yeah.
about?
In South Korea we still have relation with the big company in this solar energy field. Also in Sudan, like small companies is starting to do like this business for the time being. Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic. So you feel like the country is ready or is prepared to kind of move up the technical, scale of being able to kind of update some of the infrastructure, if you will, of the country. So you feel like they're ready for that?
Sorry, the connection, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I said, so you feel like the government there is ready to update technology and move up the scale of that space to kind of fix some of the infrastructure issues and progress in that way?
Yeah, I think in Sudan, we are ready to have like this infrastructure for solar energy. But maybe, as you may know, that 3 years ago, there's a revolution in Sudan and a big change in Sudan. So still, we are waiting to a new government and to election government. I think this all will be the main project for the new government and the people in there.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, the rest of us, we see the turmoil and the turnover sometimes. So we wonder how that impacts you and those that serve the country, and then also the ones that live there. But if you feel like it's on track for a, you know, a prosperous new year, then that makes all of us feel confident. And yeah.
I feel, yeah, I feel we hope so. Things are getting better and better, and we can implement all our projects, especially in renewable energy, because my country, Sudan, need very much the energy because lack of different source of energy.
Would you say that's the #1 concern?
I do believe so, because energy is the main issue for all other.
Yeah. You're not going to get transportation going well.
Yes,
you're not going to get water. You're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
Internet
agriculture,
connection.
for
yeah.
Yeah.
So very good. So growth on the horizon, you're part of it. You're going to help move things forward with the solar energy and the renewable, you know, space, sustainability. You are the one package deal that they need, but you need to get back to Paris. So we'll hope for that. We'll hope for that, and India maybe before then. So that would be terrific. I do have somebody who it was also an ambassador to Qatar, and I know that you also served as a diplomat in Qatar as well. And so I'd love to connect the two of you. He served under Sri Lanka, but he lives in the United States and has been for a long time, and works with Honeywell, so a major corporation here. So yeah, wonderful gentleman. I think the two of you would have a lot to share. So I would like to thank you and tell you that we wish you all the very best, and wherever you may go, and to travel safely, finish your Masters of Science there, and get back home, and then get back on the road. So we wish you all the very best. Thank you for being with us and sharing a little bit with us. If you'll stay with us for another second, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody else and say, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to www.frontrunnersinnovate.com. You'll see this. We'll give you some LinkedIn connections and that sort of thing to reach out if you hear something in this interview that makes you think, I need to talk to him. Then we're happy for you to reach out through LinkedIn or whatever means. You can even ask us if you want to. But I'll say goodbye and say happy front running to everybody. And I'm going to ask Ahmed if he will just stay on for a second. So bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.